I'm trusting the process, like the calculator's been great, and I am just trusting the process, to use the calculator every time. And so that's been good. And then taking some of y'all's advice to use Keeper to time track, because I'm doing that now. And it's been neat to see it breaking out what your hourly rate is based on how much time you're putting in.
Yeah.
That's Say it again.
How much time are you putting in?
Right now it's pretty accurate. So it's about $150 an hour is what that's breaking down to. So
So
it's
$150 an hour, that's less than 20 hours a month.
yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Isn't that like the
Yeah.
best side hustle ever?
Yeah, I would say so. It's been phenomenal, and then just being able to lean on the group, that knowing that I have that, is just such a confidence boost, because there's no way that we're going to know everything right off the bat from a business perspective, but also just from a bookkeeping perspective, right? Because I went to school for accounting, but when you get into the day-to-day bookkeeping for small businesses, it's much different than corporate accounting, and so it's having just a bunch of tenured mentors, that's where I can schedule a call. And I mean, I paid for mentors to tell me not to take a job, and that almost felt silly to me. But I'm like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, I paid for the, I'm using a one-on-one for them to talk me out of it. But that's what I was hoping, either talk me out of it or tell me I'm crazy and do this, take this client on.
And I was
And
not very
yeah.
kind of you. I just said, go get it done. Like, kicked you out the door.
That's hilarious. No, it's just one of those things where, they were wanting to lowball what I had, and I was second guessing it. And so I just had a mentor look over the work, and they said, no, you're quoting it accurate, and know your worth. And that was hard, because it was, in that instance, it was a $750 a month client, and I quoted $10,000 for back work, and he wanted three, because he said another bookkeeper was quoting three. And I was like, well, maybe I'm just overlooking this back work, and maybe it's less work um than I'm thinking. And that's why it was nice to have the mentors to confirm that I was quoting it right.
Did you walk away? Did that one sign or did they walk away?
I stood firm on the I gave them some options with how they could pay it out, but I stood firm on the price, and they went with the other bookkeeper. And it was one of those things where it was a little bittersweet, but it was also, if he was price shopping me, I think it was better not to have that kind of client.
Yeah.
So
For sure. It's always sad when we have to come in and be like, it is underquoting really in your best interest. And I was on a discovery call right before our call today, and it was in the 700s because there's lots of add-ons and not even doing tax strategy or tax prep, just the add-ons that they need. And it's double what she was expecting. But then to
yeah.
walk off and say, and her comment back was, yeah, it's double than what I was expecting, but you sound organized. You sound like you can solve my problem. And I'm leaving my current bookkeeper because he's really rude to me. He's got anger issues and I don't want to deal with it.
And that's worth it, right? I mean, like,
and their stuff hasn't been filed on time. They have sales tax that is being filed late, and he was getting annoyed with them. And I think when you quote too low, you have to take on too many clients, and you can't provide a well thought through service or keep up with
yeah.
the processes and procedures. And then when something is missed or something is late, you feel like, yeah, go away. Like,
I can relate to that.
you're
Yeah.
paying, you know.
Yeah. Well, one of the clients I did sign recently, he was I think his bookkeeper was charging him $150 a month. And he was doing a couple of $1 million in revenue. So like, I was like, that seems really low. But he said they never had books done on time. They were like 6 months behind. And he just said, I just don't feel like they know what they're doing. And I quoted him, at first I quoted him 600. I actually just raised his price up, to 900. And because, the workload was a little bit more than I had anticipated, or when we first talked. And it's just been a neat partnership, because he was more than happy to pay that. And if you look at that, right, if you look like $150 to $900, and they're still so happy to pay that because you're just going to do a better job. and you know, I have a client portal. I'm showing him how it works. We've had a couple of calls. He feels comfortable. He said, you know, I've even taken kind of an impromptu call where I don't typically do that, but I've just been, you know, he's been a really good client, and he's in my space of, you know, the circle of influence and so I just want, you know, not that I want all my clients to have a good experience, but it's just one that I like, I really want to make sure this experience goes well. And, you know, it's been neat because you get clients that say they're now paying you almost 10 times what they were paying before. And they're saying, I am so grateful to have you. And that's, you know what I mean? But I only get that confidence because of people that I have in my corner, like in the group, you know, because it's knowing that there's some things that I come across and I'm like, I've never really, there's a couple of, you know, I'm not really sure on those, and I can bring it to the group and they can just bring confidence, but I know that it's something I can take on because it's something I can learn, and it's not gonna create a negative client experience because I have mentors, you know, that are there helping me grow my business.
That's awesome.